Hey everyone, if you all are new here, then welcome to the Cozy Cauldron, and if you're returning, then welcome back. So today we're doing a week ahead reading. We're asking the question of what can you expect to happen in your next week ahead? So we kind of have a fall theme for each group. We've got a red maple leaf for group 1, a green maple leaf for group 2, and a yellow maple leaf for group 3. So feel free to take as much time as you need to breathe in and choose a pile that feels best for you. Pause the video if you want. You can pick more than one, you can pick all three, whatever resonates. There's no hard rules to this. I'll have the timestamps below for you to skip ahead to whichever pile you picked. But first, I wanted to mention I've been really trying to get into the festivities of October and whatnot, and I recently picked up this book and started reading it, and I don't know if any of you all are interested in more witchy books, but I am personally, and this is a really good book. I've only started it last night, but it goes into the history of Samhain or Halloween, and it's got crafts and food recipes, and I just thought it was a really nice book, and reading it has been getting me into the excitement for Halloween and Samhain and whatnot. So if you guys are interested in that, I would definitely check that book out. It's really good. And I'd love to hear if you all have any recommendations for me for books around Halloween. They don't have to be witchy books, they can be fictional, fictional or mysteries or whatnot, but yeah, I'd love some recommendations for books or even movies to help me get more into the mood for Halloween, because I've been having a great time. But yeah, enough with my tangent. I'll get started off with group 1. Hey group 1, if you all chose the red maple leaf, then this is your reading. I'm going to go ahead and put that over here. And let's get started off with some tarot cards. So today I want to use a mix between the Everyday Witch Tarot and the Halloween Tarot deck. I don't usually use 2 tarot decks at once, but I felt super drawn to the Halloween deck as well as the Everyday Witch, so I thought I'll just pull 2 cards from both. So group 1's week ahead. What can we expect to happen group 1 in this upcoming week? You got the Page of Swords. Let's get one more from this deck. Temperance. Okay, let's get some from the Halloween Tarot now. Okay. A lot kind of fell out, but this one flipped over, which is the High Priestess. And the King of Ghosts, which is the King of Cups. Okay, I'm already getting an overall feeling for the energies of your week ahead. It's definitely a very positive week of kind of getting things in order. But let me grab a few oracle cards. I've got the Green Witch Oracle. Gratitude, okay, which is the pink rose. That fits really well with this King of Cups. Let's do a Moonology card now. Please excuse my squeaky chair. I need to get a new one. One's week ahead. What will happen? Okay, 2 cards flipped over, so I will take them both. You have the end of a tough cycle approaches, which is full moon in Capricorn, and believe in the impossible, blue moon. That's really nice. Okay, let's get a few tea leaf cards and then we'll get started off with your reading. Ooh, got the dolphin, which says financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Get one more. Ooh, that jumped out very dramatically. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. This is a really cool looking card. The illustration's really nice. Okay. Now, let me just take a second to breathe in, take in the messages, and then I'll get started with your reading. Okay, group one, so you all are having a really nice week upcoming. It might not sound most exciting what I'm about to say, but it feels very nice and refreshing. So what I'm really seeing for you in this next week is you're really sort of getting things in order in your life. I'm really heavily drawn to this Temperance card, and I feel like you've kind of put your foot down with certain aspects in your life where you're kind of like, I have control over this. I don't like how this is, but I have control over it. So I'm going to make adjustments to sort of bring things back into order instead of, maybe just complaining about it but then not doing anything about it. So what I'm really drawn to is the duality of the Temperance. You see on the right, she's got water and carrots and a book, and on the left, she's got what looks like maybe a laptop and cupcakes and a martini, and she's kind of just doing a yoga pose. And that's what I'm really drawn to for your week ahead, is that sort of balance. You're bringing parts of your life back into balance. So I could definitely see this week you may feel very drawn to organizing, cleaning, maybe setting up a schedule or routine for something. Like perhaps you are wanting to start a class with yoga or a class for some sort of exercise. I feel like you're really bringing into balance your life this week, or you're starting to work on it. And one part that's specifically being pointed out for you to bring into balance or work on bringing into balance is your emotional state and intuition. With the High Priestess and the King of Cups, with the Dragon, which says beware of self-delusion. What I'm really thinking with that Dragon is I feel like you haven't been listening to your intuition lately. Like your intuition has been nudging you, or you've been having very strong gut feelings, but you've been talking yourself out of it. Like, oh no, it's just this or that, or that's silly for me to think. So I think this upcoming week you're being asked to sort of listen to your intuition more. Maybe withhold the sort of judgment and just think, I have this really strong gut feeling. Maybe I should follow it. I'm getting very strongly that is something that you also need to bring into balance, and you will probably be working on this upcoming week. It's just listening to your intuition a bit more and sort of don't talk yourself out of it. Really, really listen to it. If you have a gut feeling, follow through with it. I feel like that's a lot with this end of the tough cycle approaches. I'm really just getting that strong, like, you are taking control, especially with this Page of Swords. The pages are a lot about learning, and I'm very drawn to the way he looks here. He looks very determined. He has his sword pointed up as if he's challenging something, but that's definitely what I'm getting, is you're sort of challenging a mindset you've had, or challenging a way you have been living your life that hasn't been as, fulfilling for you, or you haven't enjoyed as much. So I'm getting a lot about just cleaning things up in all areas of your life, cleaning out the cobwebs, decluttering, maybe working on making food at home, getting healthier foods, moving around more, and balancing it with the other parts, like healthy foods, while also having some sweet treats, and moving around and exercising while also enjoying time sitting down watching movies. I feel like you're bringing this all into balance in your life this week, or you're starting it by creating schedules or setting goals for yourself to do something. because I think you've recently had, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Okay, I think you've recently had a sort of realization of the amount of control you actually have over your life. You're not entirely, you know, subject to things just happening to you. You have some control over it. And I think that you're really taking your power this week with that. It feels very much like the new year, new me kind of energy. You know, when New Year's people make resolutions and whatnot, but this feels like something you are really trying to stick to. Like you sort of had a look at yourself and you're like, I actually can change this. Another thing with this dolphin, you could be having some sort of prosperity coming through this week from something you did in the past, like they're saying here. So that could be, a windfall of money, like they say, financial gain, or it could also be something else, such as opportunities. Like perhaps you did something in the past and it took a while to come to fruition, but it could be coming to fruition this week and presenting itself as an opportunity. Perhaps one thing that could help bring about this opportunity as well, I'm getting this strongly, I'm trying to sort out my jumbled thoughts, but I'm getting for this financial gain or opportunity something about you sort of fixing things or bringing things back into alignment or balancing things, cleaning out the cobwebs. It helps bring this windfall or opportunity much faster, if that makes sense. It's like something about your actions this week and your actions on trying to clean things up and bring everything back into balance will really help any manifestations you've been working on manifest sooner. Now, one thing that's really sticking out to me as well is this gratitude card, the pink rose. I feel like that's part of what's really motivating you to really go through and start implementing these changes this week, is sort of like looking at your life and looking at the things you're grateful for and really taking full advantage of that. Like having the realization that, wow, I have this thing, and let's say you live in an apartment complex. Wow, I have like a gym at my apartment complex and a pool. I can go use that. Why don't I use that more? And stuff like that. This kind of like realization of all the wonderful things you have in your life and sort of being grateful, but also taking advantage of them to enrich your life. You're getting a lot of clarity this week with these full moons. The full moons, there's a lot of illumination. It's almost like in the Page of Swords, you're getting a lot of clarity about yourself and how your mindset has been restricting you. Because once again, I feel like you're just now realizing or remembering that, oh, I can actually do something about this. I can actually change this and do this and improve the quality of my life much more than I have been. I'm also getting something really strongly, which is coming in. It's something I heard recently I was actually watching a tarot reading on YouTube, and the pile I picked, the reader said something that really stuck with me, and I kind of feel like I need to mention it to you all. They basically said that you need to keep promises that you make to yourself. Like, if you make a promise or say to yourself that you're going to do something, you really need to go through with it, That's an act of self-care in itself, is keeping promises to yourself. So one thing I'm getting strongly for you this week, maybe something you can keep in mind as you go through sort of rebalancing aspects of your life, is thinking, I told myself I was going to do this thing because it's good for me, but I don't really feel motivated to do it. Just think, I really should keep this promise to myself because, it's how you build good habits, and it shows a level of self-respect and self-love by telling yourself, I'm going to do this thing because it's good for me, and then following through, no matter how, unmotivated you feel about it. So that's one thing I'm getting strongly to mention to you as you go through the processes this week to, you know, balance things in your life is when you find moments of a lack of motivation or thinking about giving up on new habits you started, just, remember keeping promises to yourself is an act of self-care, and it's a really wonderful act of self-care. Another thing I'm getting pretty strongly for you all is with this High Priestess, King of Cups, and the two full moons. We're in the month of October. We're getting pretty close to Samhain or Halloween. And a lot of, folklore, that's really the time when the veil is very thin. It's the thinnest time, so your intuition will probably be much stronger, and there is a possibility of connecting more with passed on loved ones, maybe your guides. Everything's just much more spiritual and potent. So I'm getting for you that one thing that you could be experiencing this week is definitely a heightened intuition in terms of dreams. I'm getting, especially with these two moon cards, I'm getting that you could, this upcoming week, you could have a series of dreams every day in the week that may seem very abstract, but I'm getting to tell you to write them down because they're going to make sense in the coming months. that was very, very strange, but that came through very strongly. Is the veil is thinning and the intuition clearly is strengthening for you with this King of Cups and High Priestess. So once again, beware of self-delusion, which I'm getting is pay attention to your intuition and trust it. Because I get the sense that you may be someone who's kind of has a hard time trusting your intuition. So do that, but also pay attention to your dreams because there's a lot happening this week for you in a sort of dream state. You could be getting a lot of messages or just a lot of information that could come in handy for you in the future. For example, this opportunity that could be presenting itself this week from something you did in the past. If you take this opportunity, if it's something you want to do, something about these dreams could help you with that opportunity in the future, if that makes sense. Something about this opportunity, if you take the opportunity and you work towards it and you build something out of it, something about the dreams you're having this week and the messages in them could aid you in the future with this situation. It could also give you a lot of messages about bringing your life into balance in general, and really a lot of introspection and being able to see yourself clearly. That's another thing. So you're really going to be seeing yourself clearly this week, which I find interesting with the beware of self-delusion. It's any sort of self-delusion you have been having is starting to clear away this week, and you're really seeing yourself from an unbiased point of view, which is allowing you to, really align yourself and bring everything, like I've been saying, back into balance, which could also include chakras, if that's something you are passionate about or know a lot about, and chakras and whatnot. I'm not super familiar with them, but that could be something that you may need to do, is realign your chakras. Whatever resonates for you. But yeah, group one, what I'm really seeing for you this week is there's a lot of clarity happening. Your intuition is sharpening. You're really seeing yourself and your habits from an unbiased point of view. You really need to listen to your intuition. Try not to be too judgmental of it. Really listen to your gut feeling. You could be having a sort of windfall of opportunity or money coming this week due to something you did in the past. You're having a lot of dreams at night that are giving you a lot of information and messages, so I would write those down. And you're definitely having moments of gratitude as, the things clear around you. You're really seeing everything you have available to you, and you're having a sense of happiness and gratitude. And one thing I want to mention before I go is also that thing of keeping promises to yourself. Try your best to keep your promises to yourself as an act of self-care. But yeah, group 1, this is a really nice week ahead. It's very productive. It's like it almost feels like you're going to, I don't know how to describe it other than a spiritual chiropractor. They're putting everything back into the place they should be. That's what it feels like you're doing, is everything is going back into place. But yeah, group 1, I hope you all enjoyed the reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you like my other content. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye! Hey group 2, if you all chose the green maple leaf, then this is your reading. I'm going to go ahead and put this up here, make sure it's in frame. Now, let's get started off with some tarot cards. So today I'm actually using 2 tarot decks, the Everyday Witch Tarot and the Halloween Tarot, because I just felt really drawn to the Halloween Tarot and the Everyday Witch Tarot deck, so I just felt like I might as well use both. So we'll be getting 2 cards from each. So group 2. Here's group 2's week ahead. This week ahead. What's happening for group 2? Interesting. Okay. I was just about to say, man, it's taking a while to shuffle. So you got the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. Okay. Let's grab some of the Halloween tarot cards. You guys got the 8 of Imps, which is the 8 of Wands. Let's get one more. Oh, that flew out so dramatically. The 8 of Ghosts, which is the 8 of Cups. Okay, I'm definitely getting a message already. Move these down just a little bit. Okay, so I feel like whatever you're experiencing this week is sort of a continuation of something you've been experiencing maybe for a little bit. Let's grab some oracle cards. So let me get the Green Witch Oracle card. Let's see. Group 2 is right ahead. That flew out very dramatically. You got the Dahlia, which says refinement. Okay. Let's do some Moonology. You got the New Moon in Aries, which says it's time to take action. Okay. That makes a lot of sense with this 8 of Wands and 8 of Cups. Okay, let's get some tea leaf cards and then we'll get started. Got woman, dealing a relationship with a woman. Let's get one more. You have wishbone, a wish is granted. Okay, that's really nice to see. Okay, group 2, just give me a second to breathe in, take in the messages, and then we'll get started with your reading. Okay, group 2, so one thing I'm really seeing for you this week is, like I said, it's a sort of continuation of a realization or events that have already been occurring. I feel like there's some sort of situation or person, could be a friend, family member, if it's a person, relationship, romantic, or if it's a situation, it could be a job or, something else, where you've kind of had the realization that, this situation, person, or thing is not really meant for you anymore. It's not meant for you anymore. It's not making you happy. It's actually causing more problems than good. But I feel like, you've had this realization, and it's kind of led to this Five of Cups sadness where you're like, wow, I put in a lot of time into this, and it's not what I want or need anymore. And it feels sad. It almost feels like you're mourning a situation, like it's come full circle and it's come to its end. But with this Ten of Wands, I'm seeing that something about this situation or person, it's more of a burden now. It's preventing you from doing things that you really want to do. It's holding you back. And so, as saddening as it is to realize that maybe this person or situation is holding you back, you do realize that you sort of need to take action and move away from it. So, take whatever resonates, but I'm definitely getting that you are already aware that you need to take action. And, as sad as you may feel about it, you are ready to do it. Because with this Eight of Wands right next to this Eight of Cups, it's like walking away, you are going to feel a little sad. Like, I'm getting nostalgic. Like, you may feel sad or like nostalgic in a way, but it's, nothing lasts forever. Everything in life has its cycles and its beginnings and its endings. And whatever this situation is, it has reached its endings, and it's now a thing that is more of a burden that's holding you back. And even though you've maybe put a lot of time in the past into it and a lot of effort into it, it is now time for something new. And this is what I'm getting strongly. Now, I definitely do think you are aware of this. I just think there may be a little bit of hesitation to making the movement, which is understandable. It can be really, hard to do this sometimes, when you've put in a lot of time and effort into something and then you realize that, hey, this isn't actually the direction I want to go in. It can feel really hard to step away. One thing I'm getting really strongly, and I don't know if you all will understand or relate to this, but whenever I am reading a series, for example, Harry Potter, I always get really sad when the series comes to an end, when the story ends. It's like I want it to go on forever. I want the story to go on forever. So I always get really sad when the story ends. And that's sort of the feeling I'm getting for you all. Is it's like your favorite book series that you just read, it's come to an end. And, it's bittersweet. It's like, oh, I'm so glad I had that experience. I'm so happy I got to enjoy that. But now I must find a new book series or a new TV show to enjoy, because that other one has reached its completion. That's definitely the feeling I'm getting for you all. But, just understand there's some really wonderful things for you out there once you take this step forward. And that's what I'm getting for you this upcoming week, is you're really being encouraged to, put down all these brooms. That's so many brooms. And take a step forward. Take the first step in moving from this situation to the new one. Because with the wishbone, it says a wish is granted. I feel like there's something really positive waiting for you once you move on from this situation. Like something you've always really wanted or have been trying to manifest. It's waiting for you. The last step to get to it is through leaving the old situation and stepping into the new one. And this new moon in Aries, it's very, very strongly saying, hey, it's time to go, It's it's time to do this. You are ready. And you may not feel ready, but you are ready. That's what I'm getting told is, you know, I feel like you could possibly have an issue of getting drawn into nostalgia or getting stuck into nostalgia. And nostalgia is a lot of fun. Like, it's great to look back and think of fond memories, but I think in this situation, there could be an issue where you could get stuck in it. So that is something maybe to look out for this upcoming week is, if you're really ready to get going, get started with this new opportunity or situation, obviously like heal from things, but try not to get stuck in thinking about the past or thinking how things were beforehand, before they came to their completion. Don't get stuck in that. Now, with this refinement card, I want to read the booklet for it, but what's really sticking out to me intuitively, what keeps going through my head is sort of you're refining your life. Like, you're cutting out things that are no longer like serving your life. You're almost like pruning the bush that is your life. Like, this is a dead branch, so it needs to go. I need to cut these things off so that the plant can grow back even stronger and more fruitful. So that's really what I'm getting with refinement, is the sort of message of, hey, it's time to move on. It's time to refine certain areas of your life by cutting out things that no longer serve you. Now, this could also have to do with clutter. I'm getting like clearing out things that you haven't used in a long time or you probably won't use again in the future, by donating them. I understand sometimes it can be hard to get rid of stuff. My dad was always someone who wanted to hold on to everything, so I definitely get it. But if you're not using it, then is it really being put to good use? So maybe try giving some things away to like charities or donate things, and I'm sure there'll be someone who is really happy and will cherish whatever you get rid of. So if that resonates, maybe look into donating some things or doing like a garage sale, definitely clearing things out. But let me grab the booklet for this refinement card, or I guess for the Greenwich Oracle deck. Okay, let's see here. That's 42. Okay. So the oracle meanings are: be receptive to communications and messages that are incoming at present, as there is much to benefit your current situation. Dahlias inspire and ask you to improve yourself in current situations. You may find keys and deeper meanings to mysteries that have evaded you for some time, or be given offers that seem unusual. It can be very easy to fall for deceptive flattery and to have unrealistic expectations at the moment. Interesting. I like how it mentions inspiring you to improve yourself in your current situation, because I feel like that's really what you're doing by moving forward or stepping out of this old situation, is you're really improving your overall quality of life and current situation. I find it interesting that it says you may find keys and deeper meanings to mysteries. It's almost like if this wishbone, I feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunities presenting themselves, maybe even some that are unexpected. Like, I like how they said unusual offerings. So there may be a person, because here's this woman card, or a situation or an opportunity that presents itself, and it sort of helps you move along from this situation. It's kind of like you are finding your new book series, so to say. So that's another reason why you should try your best to avoid getting too caught up in nostalgia or getting really like stuck on your feelings. Now, don't get me wrong, it's really good to feel your feelings, everything in balance, but I feel like there could be a situation or where an opportunity could occur, or you could have a lot of opportunities showing themselves, but if you are really absorbed in feeling sad about this loss or nostalgia around the situation, you could you know maybe miss a few opportunities. Now that doesn't mean others won't come along, but I feel like there could be some really great opportunities for something that you've really wanted, because a wish is granted. I'm getting at something you've been thinking about, and this is what I really want to do, and I've been manifesting it. So definitely this week, try to keep your focus sharp. Like, try to refine your vision. That's what came through right now, is try to refine your vision. Like, really try your best to pay attention to your surroundings, if that makes sense. Pay attention to what people say to you. Pay attention to maybe weird signs, such as animals behaving strangely. One example I could give is I was recently at a park in the middle of the day doing a hike, and there were like 3 wild barn owls just flying around in the middle of the day hooting at each other. So I guess that's an example of some strange thing occurring that, maybe you should pay attention to and look into it. Because there's definitely, you're getting support from, your guides or the universe, and they're trying to help you and like lead you towards this new opportunity, this new situation. So, but you got to keep your eye out for it. Another thing I'm getting is this woman card, which keeps sticking out to me. Now, this could be someone you're leaving behind. Like, if you're leaving a certain relationship behind, this could represent them. But what I'm mostly getting for this woman card is sort of a new person coming into your life. And this relationship, it could be friendship, it could be romantic, it could be work, something about this person. I feel like they are going to be able to offer you a lot of advice and support. Like, something about meeting a woman, they could be a friend, like they could end up becoming a really good friend, and they could really help you understand the situation that you're leaving. Or maybe they have gone through something similar, and so they know, and they can give advice on, encouragement as you go through this. So yeah, you have a lot of support out there. You are ready to let go of this situation. I think you're very aware that it's time to move on. It's time to take action. You can do this. You have wonderful things waiting for you. And I think those wonderful things, it'll move faster than you think it will. Like, I feel like leaving the situation, you're going kind of slow, but once you're out, so many exciting things are going to be coming in really quickly. So yeah, group 1, or I don't know why I just said group 1. You guys are group 2. I guess if you were drawn to group 1, maybe check that out, because they also had some stuff about clearing things out of their life. So, but yeah, group 2, you all have, a week of just clearing out the old and stepping into the new, is the best way I can put it simply. You've got a wonderful time of new experiences coming. It may feel a little sad to let go. It may feel very bittersweet, but just know you're going to be making some new wonderful experiences as you leave this one. So yeah, group 2, I hope you all enjoyed the reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps out here on YouTube. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye. Hey group 3, if you all chose the yellow maple leaf, then this is your reading. I'm going to go ahead and put this up here. Let's get started off with some tarot cards. So today I'm actually using two decks. I've got the Everyday Witch Tarot and the Halloween Tarot. I just felt like really drawn to both of them, so I thought why not use both of them. So we'll be getting two cards from each of those decks. So group 3. What can we expect to happen for group 3's week ahead? You got the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Wands flipped over too. Okay. Group 3's week ahead. Ooh. You got the Hanged Man. Okay. Let's see here. And the Ten of Wands. Okay, interesting. There's a little bit of an ongoing theme today for today's readings. Let's see here. Okay, let's get some Moonology cards. Three's week ahead. A lot came out, but I'm going to grab the one that flipped over, which says, "Nothing is yet set in stone." Okay. Let's grab a Greenwich Oracle card. You got Courage, which I find very interesting with the Nine of Swords. It's also time. Okay, let's grab some tea leaf cards and then we'll get started. Oh, interesting. This jumped out for group 2. Group 3's week ahead. Oh. You guys also have Wreath, which says sorrow over a loss. Okay. Now, give me a second to breathe in, take in the messages, and then I'll get started with your reading. Okay, group 3. So one thing I'm really seeing, or I want to mention first, is with this Wreath cards and sorrow over a loss, I feel like you've recently undergone some sort of disappointment in a situation where, there was a certain role maybe you wanted that you didn't get, or a project didn't turn out right. Something didn't go the way you wanted it to, and it feels like you're in suspension, like this hangman. I feel like you feel like this hangman right now. You're kind of stuck waiting for a result or an outcome, or to be told an outcome. But one thing I'm really getting also is with this Ten of Wands and Nine of Swords, I don't necessarily feel like right now you are necessarily juggling a lot of things, as it is like what's weighing you down is sort of your mental state of worrying about this situation. I feel like there's a lot of worrying and a lot of anxiety about, well, what if this happens? What if I don't get it? What if, what am I going to do about this? I really wanted this. And a lot of anxious thoughts in that regard. Like, it could be keeping you up at night. Like, one thing I'm getting strongly is, when you've had embarrassing moments in life And then right as you're trying to go to sleep, they all come flooding into your mind, and you're just sitting there in bed cringing, like, I don't want to think about that time I fell down in front of a bunch of people, you know? That's kind of one thing I'm getting is like you're being you're stuck late at night awake thinking about, oh, I should have done this, or did I do that right? What if they think that sounded weird? This a lot of worries about, what did you do? Did I do it wrong? Am I going to lose this opportunity? Stuff like that. But, there's a lot of comfort in this mutable moon, which says nothing is yet set in stone. And I really like with that you have this courage card with the Queen of Wands. I feel like you're being encouraged to, or you will have a situation occur this week that will help reinstate your confidence in yourself in the situation. Because I feel like you're getting a lot of imposter syndrome about something. You're very uncertain about your capabilities and you deserving something, but you do deserve it, and you are capable, and you know what you're doing, and it's going to turn out better than you think it will, is what I'm getting. I feel like you're spending a lot of time stressing about it and thinking of worst case scenarios, and I have a feeling that you may be very pleasantly surprised at how well it turns out. Yeah, one thing I'm getting to mention, this is an experience I had recently. I'm in university. I'm doing classes and whatnot, and I recently had an assignment, and I worked so hard on it, but I wasn't happy with the end result still. But I had to turn it in, and I thought, man, this is gonna tank my grade. I'm gonna do so bad, you know, this and that. I ended up getting an 100 on that assignment, so I'm definitely getting that sort of sense of you where you are being so hard on yourself, and you are like stressing yourself out about something that, it's actually quite good. Like you are good at what you do. You know what you're talking about. You're knowledgeable in an area. It's going to turn out okay. Now, it's obviously it's not easy to just tell yourself that and have your anxiety go away. That's not really how it works, but maybe it can bring you some comfort knowing that this situation is going to turn out better than you are telling yourself. With this Hanged Man card, another thing that I'm getting told is if you feel like you're stuck in suspension with a pause right now, like you're really waiting for results on something, you're like, why is this taking so long? The universe might be doing that to you on purpose to force you to evaluate the way you're talking to yourself and how you are viewing the situation. If that's the case, if they're trying to have you learn a lesson about yourself, then try and take some time to really meditate and do some introspection and look at things from a different point of view. I don't know, sometimes I like to take the Hanged Man literally whenever I'm reading for myself, and if I pull the Hanged Man, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go lie upside down off my bed. So I don't know if that could help you. Maybe it could, but I'm definitely getting, it's almost like you're being forced a pause so that you can sort of change the way you're viewing this situation. Another thing I'm getting strongly with this woman card is I feel like there's someone out there or someone in your life that has gone through what you're going through, like they've gone through this experience, or they could just be someone who offers a lot of comfort and guidance in the situation. Like, I'm getting strongly, if you have a good relationship with a mother or grandmother or an aunt, reach out to them this week and really talk to them about what you're going through and what you're worried about. And I have the feeling that they may have some advice for you, or they may help you change your perspective on this situation. They may help you reinstill confidence in yourself. Because I think you're very much stuck in your own point of view. You don't realize how other people, view you and think highly of you. It definitely feels like a sort of cycle of negative self-talk. Because of this reef, I'm getting two situations from it. Either you've had a disappointment in the past and it's kind of led you to feel like things are always going to fail, or you are worrying and having anxiety and already feeling sorrow over a loss that hasn't even happened yet. Like it's still up in the air. You don't know if it's going to not turn out the way you want it to. So, I'm definitely getting for you to find a friend or someone in your family, someone very nurturing and calm, and just like talk to them about it. And I think they'll help you get out of your head a little bit and help you look at yourself for who you really are, because you are this Queen of Wands. I feel like right now you're in this Nine of Swords state. They kind of look like the same person too. It just looks like the Queen of Wands in some pajamas. But I feel like you're feeling like this, but you're actually this. With this Courage card, it obviously, I think, talks a lot about, you know, the courage of putting yourself out there, of reaching out to others when you're having a hard time with something, and the courage that it takes to believe in yourself and your own abilities. I'm getting the phrase fake it till you make it. Even if you don't feel like you've got this, try and just act like you're confident. It may help you start to feel that way too. It's one thing I'm getting along with this courage card that's coming through strongly. It's a phrase. It's like dare to believe in yourself or dare to believe in your dreams. That's what's coming through. Now I want to read the card for the courage. See if they've got any insights that might stick out for you. Let's see. 13. Okay. The oracle meanings are: have faith in your own abilities and take steps and leaps forward with confidence. Oh my gosh, what was I just saying about imposter syndrome and you all not believing in yourself and not understanding how talented and knowledgeable you are? It's like right here. Have faith in your own abilities and take steps and leaps forward with confidence. You've got this. Okay, you can do this and you should, as the energies of time are not only showing positivity, but also a little mystical assistance afforded to you. If you're seeking an answer, it is positive as long as you act now. Failure to believe or care deeply enough can result in failure and delay. Interesting. I like how it says failure to believe because, right before I read that, I had that phrase pop up in my head. It was like, dare to dream, dare to, believe in your dreams. So, yeah, you are this Queen of Wands. You are capable, you are strong, you are talented, you're creative, you're intelligent. You've got this. You may have fallen into a point of time recently where you're having a lot of doubt about yourself or a lot of anxiety, but just know, you have everything you need to take care of the situation. If that makes sense. You have everything you need to, make what you want to happen. Now, what I found interesting is they said a little mystical assistance, and I was mentioning with group 2 how we're getting very close to Samhain or Halloween, and the veil is thinning, so there's a lot more, your intuition might be sharper, it's easier to connect with passed on loved ones or spirit guides. So one thing I'm getting too is that perhaps this woman, if you don't feel like someone in your life currently, you could go to for help or for advice, there may be an ancestor of yours or a passed on grandmother or an ancestor that they see what's happening and they really want to give you assistance and confidence and love. They want to support you through, this personal struggle you're going through, because they care about you and they want to see you do well in life. So maybe if you have, like, I'm getting a grandma very strongly, if you have a passed on grandma, maybe visit her grave or wherever she is and like talk to her, or like leave flowers and stuff like that, like really connect, because I think they're trying to help you. They're trying to give you signs and advice so you can get out of this mental rut you've been in. Because, like I said before, this Ten of Wands, it doesn't feel like necessarily a physical thing, like you're super like busy and doing a million things at once. It more so feels like your mind is doing a million things at once, and it's very heavy on you overall. But you're being asked, like I said, or you're being forced in the stillness and the state of suspension that may be increasing your anxiety, so that you can evaluate yourself and the way you're viewing things and sort of try and shift your perspective and change it. Because, like I was saying before, I feel like the sorrow over a loss, this loss hasn't happened. It makes me think of a quote from one of the Harry Potter movies, like Newt Scamander. He talks about how, you shouldn't worry because I can't remember what it is, but I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so nothing is yet set in stone. Have courage in your capabilities, because you are this Queen of Wands. You may feel like this Knight of Swords, but you are this Queen of Wands. You just need to let things go, let go of control, shift your perspective, and everything will work out. You have everything you need to make this work out. But yeah, group 3, this is all I'm seeing for you for this week. I'm excited for you, because I know it seems like frustrating and like you're not getting sleep, but I feel like this week you're starting to resolve this issue. Like you're starting to deal with it. So maybe in 2 weeks you'll be in a much better mind space. But yeah, group 3, thank you so much for watching. I hope it resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. It really helps out here on YouTube. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye!